when you have the man that set up the illegal server taking the fifth, I think it's disgraceful. And believe me,
mental health is one of the biggest concerns because now police are having to handle a lot of really
about it, and all of a sudden you were against it.
Well, Donald, I know you live in your own reality.
So overall, what did you think about the debates?
I thought it was interesting. I thought that it'd be a lot funnier.
It was pretty annoying and pretty frustrating.
I think it went pretty much as I expected it to. I wasn't overly shocked. I knew that Donald Trump would have to tone it down for this debate for him to be taken seriously at all, and he's been getting a lot of criticisms. As for Hillary, I think she did what she normally does, and she was very prepared.
How did you feel Trump did overall?
Initially, he did a fine job. He knew the weakness with the TPP, but I felt like that was his only really successful point. Any sort of composure and sense of decency that he had in the beginning was lost at the end.
I felt that Donald Trump was given too much. I think that he was cut too much slack. With his ability to lie and claim he hasn't said certain things, the number of times he interrupted Clinton, I think, was 52 times. But I thought that Hillary handled that well and professionally.
Trump said, "I have a better temperament than Clinton. I have the best temperament." What was your reaction?
That's my reaction right there, to be honest with you.
I literally was dying when I was watching it. I mean, it's just crazy to me. It's this man who's fuming. He's always screaming, interrupting her, but he's calling her out for bad temperament. She's literally sitting there calm the entire time because she can't react as he's reacting. She would get bombarded.
How did you think Hillary did throughout the debate?
I think she did pretty well. You could definitely see her mind working the entire time. Each time Trump said something, she would note it down. And yes, some people criticize her for being overly structured, but I appreciated her ability to make coherent thoughts and arguments.
The beginning, I felt like she wasn't strong in attacking him enough. I felt like he hit her hard on the TPP, I thought, a lot, and NAFTA, and I don't think she stood up enough. But then towards the second half, when it got they talked about race a lot, and he looked kind of just like a child.
Last night, Donald Trump said stop and frisk works really well. What was your reaction?
First, I thought it was pretty offensive, especially because they were in the racism section. Also, I thought it was interesting that he argued that it was not declared unconstitutional by the court, even when the moderator told him correctly that it was. He just continued to deny it, which is obviously a sign of someone who's unfit for the presidency if they're not into the constitutional decisions made.
I can't take any of what he says seriously. I can't even waste my brain cells on listening to him. Of course, we all know that he's not fit for a position like that at all.
And the moderator was Lesser Holt. How do you think he did as a moderator?
He tried to keep the timing a lot and try to stop the candidates after a certain amount of time, but they would just talk over him the whole entire time. But I do kind of like the fact that he wasn't overly commentative of what was going on, because I feel like the overall point of this was to be a very neutral debate on everyone else's end, so you could just see the facts and see what they had to say. So I kind of enjoy that he wasn't in the debate almost, but I do think he could have done a better job of keeping with schedule so they could cover more topics.
I think he did I think he kind of stood up to him flip-flopping out of Iraq, but that was it. Trump said, and Hillary said things too that weren't true. He should challenge both of them. And if you're not going to have a moderator who's going to call out things that they say, why even have a moderator? What's the point of the moderator if they're just going to sit there and just let them just ramble on and lie?
All right, so if you were to play a drinking game with the presidential debate last night, how would you play it?
I feel like mostly I would have gone with every time Donald Trump makes a face at something Hillary says, or every time Hillary or one of the candidates averts the question, doesn't answer the question, but instead goes off on a tangent.
I think we did play a drinking game last night, and the word was China.
Last question. Who do you think won the debate yesterday?
Clinton. I think Hillary won.
Hillary.
I mean, I'm voting for Hillary.
I definitely think that Clinton won the debate. And from the British media that I've been reading up this morning, I think they agree.